Ready?
Ready?
Hi, this is Gary from Belmont. Gary, we've just completely double glazed your house from top to toe. What was your experience of how we worked?
Okay, what was my experience? My experience was very good. Starting with the opportunity to get some testimonials from previous customers, and then really from the outset, I was impressed with the pace with which the team worked. Really, I guess it was very organised, set up in terms of having all the equipment there and available, and the tent and everything that you put up outside, or the canopy thing to protect the weather. And I guess the thing that impressed me most of all was the fact that the house was weather tight at the beginning and the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, even with these large windows here, that at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, it was all completely sealed up and weather tight.
Yeah, well, they're really good points to make.
Yeah.
And in your own words, you're quite a detailed person.
Yes.
And
an irritating customer in other people's words. Yeah.
Oh, it's not irritating at all. But I mean, you did come up with a few items for us once we'd completed our job.
Yeah.
In your words, were a snagging list.
Yeah.
How well did you think we dealt with those?
Very well. They were all attended to, very matter of factly. No argument about them. And you know, I suppose I would have gone round and done a snagging list anyway. And even if you'd have done the things that were on my snagging list, I'd have probably picked up something else. So I guess that's just the sort of person I am. But it was dealt with well, because it was just acknowledged. Yep, those things need to be done. We'll come and sort them out. Came, sorted them out, checked that they were done to my satisfaction, and that's it, job done.
Great, okay, that's brilliant. And did you feel that we protected the interior of your house well enough?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be dirt. It's a messy job. You know, those you're not going to get away from that. But in terms of managing it and making sure it's reasonable at the beginning and the end of the day, then it was fine, no problems at all.
Oh, that's good. Now I'm just going to pan around to this big window over here, where you've got a fantastic view to the harbour, and you obviously get a fair hammering here from the southerly.
Yeah. What
have you noticed to be the difference since you've had the double glazing installed?
Well, we haven't had a significant southerly since that event, to be honest with you, to be able to test it.
Right.
But you know, even though we have the blown hot air system in here, we have a DVS system in the roof. Even with those, there were occasions on a cold night when the windows would steam up or be steamed up in the morning. Not finding that anymore. You know, obviously the seal is completely intact, whereas it wasn't before. So, you know, whether it's those picture windows in isolation or the other, or the whole overall effect, I think there is a significant, few degrees of temperature increase.
Right. Yeah.
Probably the most important thing is when the heating does come on, it heats up quicker and stays hotter longer.
Right. Perfect. Yes. Yeah. All the things you'd expect to find with double glazing. So why did you choose retrofit double glazing as opposed to a brand new installation of, say, aluminium?
I think if you look back to the reason that we bought this place, it was because of the way that it looked. Wanted to preserve that architectural integrity, but also to get the benefits of modern materials and modern workmanship, I guess. So hence the desire to preserve the look of the windows in keeping the LED lighting effect intact. Yeah. But at the same time, reuse what we've got, and I think it's one of the things that did worry me with retrofitting double glazing into the existing frames was that there was going to be more problems uncovered than we could see before the job started. So very relieved, I guess, that that the structural integrity of the window frames was there, and that they could be properly retrofitted with double glazing without having to go through to replacement.
Yeah.
You know, if you compare what we've got now with the overall effect that you would get by ripping the whole lot out and replacing them with aluminium framed double glazed units, then what we've got now is streets ahead to my mind.
Yeah, sure. And going back to the very beginning, when you were looking for a solution to your double glazing and insulation, did you get more than one quote originally?
Do you know I didn't? I looked at a number of companies and looked at the way they portrayed themselves, gauged the responsiveness to my inquiry, and you form a view, or I form a view, you know, and ultimately when you're making a big investment, you want to deal with people that you feel that you can relate to and communicate with. You know, to be honest with you, saving of a 1 or 2%, you know, the other way wouldn't sway my opinion really necessarily. Obviously, price is important, but you know, ultimately you work with people that you have you feel are on the same wavelength as you.
Sure. Yeah. So that being said, you're happy with the job, and you've already said that and expressed that very well. Would you now recommend us to any of your friends and colleagues?
Yeah, certainly.
Great.
Certainly. I have some colleagues that already coincidentally are using
Are they?
services anyway.
Oh, are they? Oh, that's true.
Barbara,
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks very much for that, Gary. It's been a pleasure to work for you. Cheers.
Thanks very much, man.